So, there's a way that God sees who's good and bad. He automatically knows. But there's a way he wants for us to know who's good and bad. Okay? And there's very easy ways to do this. Now, the point I'm making here is sometimes it's impossible to tell by looking. Okay? Is this a good or a bad person? There's absolutely no way to know. So, we're taking bets. Which one is the real diamond? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, you diamond experts.
We don't know. 2.
2. She's made a... Which one would look good on your finger? No? Any. Don't care which one. Okay. I'm going to show you how to tell the difference. Number 2 was actually worth money. It's called a white sapphire. Okay, it's worth about 20% of what a real diamond is worth.
Number on the right side.
You wanted the one on the right? Yeah, you should have picked number 4. You would have been rich. Okay, so how do they test it? Beloved, believe not every spirit. Try the spirits. Test people. This is biblical wisdom. Who is this person coming into my daughter's life, my cousin's life, my sister's life? Who is this person? I want to try his spirit and see what he's like. I don't want this guy in my life if he's a bad person. I don't want this woman in my life if she's a bad person. It's not always who calls themselves Christians, because I've had some disastrous relationships with women that called themselves Christians. Try the spirits to see whether they are from God. Many false prophets have gone out into the world. Hereby know ye the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ is come in the flesh is of God. Who are we looking for in a partner in our thing? Ideally a Christian person, a real Christian, right? You want a real Christian in your life. I'm going to open a business. Me and Manny, let's open a business together. Manny says, I'm going to test your spirit. That's a clever Christian. He wants to see if I'm a good person or not. That's how they test for a diamond. That's how you know if someone's a good, valuable person or not to have in your life. There isn't another way to do it, because you can't tell by looking. How many times have you seen? I've seen beautiful women that have been good and beautiful women that have been bad. There's no way to tell. The same with most people in your life. It's not always people. It's okay to turn off the speaker if you want. Yeah. Okay? You have to test. You have to examine them. You have to ask questions. Now you have social media. You can ask people anything you want. What are their posts? What are they posting about? Oh, they're pro-abortion. I'll get rid of that person. I want that person in my life. You can't take a chance, because sometimes people have done that. You trust people too much because they come to a church. A church is a place where fraud people go because they know the people in there loving, forgiving and stuff. That's what they think. They think Christians are soft. It's the reverse. We're very, very tough. We do not like or tolerate sin. We don't like it. It's the way we are. Now, though I be rude in speech, even though I speak rudely, yet not in knowledge, but we have been thoroughly made manifest among you in all things. What's he saying? Paul's being very, very simple here. I'm a rude guy. Okay? I'm a rude guy. Doesn't mean I'm a bad person. Okay? You see that rock on the right? Does anyone know what it is? Take a guess. Granite. It's actually a diamond. When you find it, that's what it looks like. It's the same with people. Sometimes, you know, you meet someone like, I remember this HR person saying to me, you know, you make someone good. Someone comes in, oh, they're always late. Don't hire that person. Stop. Why are they always late? Do they have a child? Do they need a car? Do they need to know the bus route? If you change the schedule, do they come there? There was two of us. Remember, I was a manager in Ocean's Basket. The other guy, I've got to say, he was a rubbish manager. But he was above me. And he kept deliberately, don't put them people to work together because they're friends. Don't let those people work together because they're husband and wife. What? Husband and wife? You don't want them working together? They're going to work better. Two friends, they're going to work better together. And he couldn't understand why people hated him and liked me. Whenever there was a problem, they would come to me. They didn't go to him because he got everything wrong. There's rough in every person. Every person has problems. If someone comes to work, I remember this guy. Recently, I did a contract. And this guy, he never told me off for making a mistake. He got there and he just did it in front of me again. Never said a word. He said, it's okay. And he just did it. I felt so bad. I become better and better and better and better. And eventually I mastered what it was I was doing. But that's how it is. When I started, I looked like that, a big rock, big ugly rock. Now, here's the thing. If you judge someone is a fool, basically. The Bible calls them a fool. Don't send a message through that person. Whatever you do, you know that guy's not a Christian, he's not a believer, I'm not saying non-believers are bad people. Sometimes they're better than people that say they're believers. But what I'm saying is, if you know someone's a fool and you send a message, oh, that person wants to meet you, I'll tell them I can do it later. That person will go and say they can't be bothered to meet you. You know, they said later on when they feel like it. You understand how a message can get mixed up? You talk to the person. Don't send messages through other people. It goes through a filter. Who played that game, Chinese Whispers, where you gave someone a message at one side of the classroom? By the time it got to the 20th person, the message had completely changed. And it's true, it's real. When you need to speak to someone, you speak to them. I remember the guy said to me, I remember at school there was a troublemaker. He used to make other people fight. He was like that. He was just a strange kid. And he come up to me, he said, do you reckon you can beat that guy in a fight? I goes, I don't know. He went and said to the guy, that guy reckons he can beat you in a fight. Started a fight with the guy.
So it's like it's in the school.
But there was no animosity between me and this person. Suddenly I'm having a fight, and you can't back out when you go to a, all boys school. You just go into a playground, you mix it up, you do what you got to do. But this is what happens if you send messages through people. Now, as he that bindeth a stone in a sling, so is he that giveth honour to a fool. Putting the stone in the sling, you're getting ready to shoot yourself, he's saying. Okay? Don't give honour to a fool. Now, if you respect someone, I remember there was a debate, there's a Christian debate. This guy was much better than him, much more knowledgeable, and he was right about everything. The other guy was a complete crazy guy, and he was wrong about everything. But he says, I appreciate this guy. This guy, I read his book. This guy. I'm thinking, you're giving honour to this fool who's doing things against God. All you're doing is making trouble, because now he can go and say, well, this guy recommends me. Vilma recommends me. Vilma says I'm a nice guy. Why? We gave honour to fools when we shouldn't have. Say to him, that guy's a fool, I don't know anything about him. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? This guy's tricked himself. I've met people like this, a lot of people. They believe they're really clever. And you're talking to them, and they're not clever about anything. They get everything wrong. But they believe they're so wise. And they've got, you know, Buddha says this. I don't care what Buddha says. There is no Buddha. Confucius say, I don't care what Confucius says. He's an idiot. He's a man. He's just a normal person. Okay? But he's wise in his own conceit. Now, it's saying someone who tricks himself, there's more hope of a fool than there is of him. People who believe their own lies. I've met so many people like this. Even in churches, I've met people like this. They brainwash themselves with their own doctrine. It's just, and these are people, one of the persons was someone I respected. Greatly, greatly respected. Turns out he was a Calvinist. The sluggard is wiser in his own conceit than 7 men that can render a reason. When you've got someone who's lazy, just doesn't want to work, he gives reasons why he can't work. Oh, it's, it's my leg, it's my knee, and that's why I can't get this job. So, and I've seen people working with bad days, are ill, sick, injured, and stuff like this. But that's it. He's in his own conceit. This is the reason why not. And people sometimes lost like that. I'm going to show you an example. Now, we don't get political here. We don't care about politics in this church, okay? Just to let you know. But this is... So this is in America. It doesn't really, it doesn't bother us much, okay? But this is in America. And this is a news place where you get your news. It's so reliable, the news from this place. Now, look at the lie that they're telling people. They're so twisted up in their own conceit. Trump won this. It was years ago. Remember the first time he was elected a long time ago? They've got her on there going 363. She didn't get anywhere. But if you're lying to people, you're tied up in your own conceit. This is what happens. You give fake news. Now, if someone turns on the news and thinks this is the news, what they never realize is the people that are giving you the news, they have their own political agenda. They have their own people that believe their own things. If you've got an anti-Christian people, they're going to give you anti-Christian news. Oh, what happened in, if you've got the other type of Christian, pro-Christian, they're saying the Christians in Nigeria now, America is going to help them. That's actually what's going to happen. They're going to go in and they're going to help them. I don't know how they're going to help them. But you see, look at the lies. I wouldn't trust this source of information anymore. How could I watch this and call it news if all of this was a lie? This woman lost. She lost the election really badly, like no one voted for her. But look at the lies. And a poll, and a new poll, and this poll, and Survey Monkey, all these polls put them ahead, and stuff like this. But it's all fake. It's all a lie. If someone says to you, my favourite are the people that give you percentages. 70% of scientists believe this. And you say to them, how many scientists is that? We don't know. But there's a new study and they give you these numbers. 95% of Christians believe this. How do you know? Did you ask 8 billion people what they think? No. We just asked, those 10 people there. Don't give me statistics and lies and rubbish. You're just... You're just wasting people's time. You're not testing. You're not testing the spirits that way. You're just making up what you think. And and these are foolish people. Okay? Ask people for real. What do you believe about this? You say in the poll, I asked 10 people from this place. Make it accurate. If I asked everybody here, Are you Baptists? They'd say yes. I say 100% of Christians are Baptists. You know, it doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work, making up numbers. Okay, so this is a warning. There's a lot of warnings in Proverbs, okay? This is a special warning. He that passeth by meddleth with strife, belonging not to him. You go and see some trouble that isn't your problem. It's not your problem, okay? But you meddled in it. It's like one taking a dog by the ears. You grab a big, dangerous dog by the ears and see what happens. He's not going to be happy. But you've got involved in trouble that wasn't yours. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. A flattering mouth worketh ruin. Now, I know how to do this. I know how to flatter people, make people believe this. I was a specialist in it. It destroys that person's life. If you get a rock star or a famous person, a senator, what did you think of that speech? Oh, it's fantastic. It was marvelous. It was great. It was flattering words. But the speech was rubbish. You haven't helped this man. If you ask someone, you meet a guy, and you say, Mario, what do you think? He's fantastic. He's marvelous. He's amazing. I haven't helped you. If the guy's bad, I'm going to tell you. So I'm not going to use a flattering mouth all the time. I'm going to tell the truth. I was so brutally honest that people started coming up to me and my family saying, Mario, you give an honest opinion. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? Because they knew I would be honest. They didn't like what I said most of the time, but I said it anyway. You know, there was a member of the family that was gay and wanted to meet this guy and do that and stuff like this. And I said, this is wrong. It's against God. You're not letting that person be who he is. No, you're not letting that person be who he is. Because God never wanted him to do any of these things. Okay? Honest, but they don't like what I said. Now, where was I? So someone tries this with Jesus. It's trouble that doesn't belong to you in the church. Okay? Someone comes up to Jesus and says, Master, speak to my brother that he divide the inheritance with me. But Jesus knows his heart. He knows what this is about. And he said to him, man, who made me a judge or a divider among you? He said to them, take heed. He knew the man's heart. Beware of covetousness. For a man's life doesn't consist in the abundance of things which he possesseth. For a man, there are certain men, oh, I've got a car, now I want a boat and a house. These are the things. Oh, look at this, I've got a £10 million chessboard, I've got a £100 million painting, I've got this isn't your life. Your life is the good that you have done. Here's the problem. People that view the world, they don't see the true wealth. When I see my son, I think that is true wealth. He is amazed by him and the things he does. And I've only got one child, and I waited late in my life to have him. But to me, he's the greatest thing. I see real wealth. That's if you gave me a gold car with diamonds on, do you remember I've done that picture before? I wouldn't see that as wealth. I'd see that as something that an idiot would buy. Who would put diamonds on the outside of a car and think he was being flash? If I saw him, I would laugh at him. The guys sell them, give some money to the poor, buy some things, you know, that there's a sports car that's worth 3.5 million, or is it 5 million? And the guy put it up 40 floors high in his special building, and he left it there to look at. Now, he might sit there thinking, see, look how cool I am. I sit there looking at him thinking, you bought a car that you can't drive. You put it in a building, it can't even be pushed. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, if this was some rich chic guy who showed me this, I would laugh in his face for the dumbness of this. So Jesus is saying, don't get involved in the troubles. Sometimes people want to involve you in their troubles. You don't need to get involved. If they want you to speak between their brother and their sister, whatever, that's fine. Bring peace to that family if you want. These types of things, yes. Give your opinion, yes. Give your judgment, yes. But to get involved, this is... stay away. Now, there are people that mock you in your life. Ha ha, you did that. Ha ha ha. Oh, you're only making that much at your job. Oh, haven't you got a new car yet? Oh, cast out that scorner. You don't need him in your life. You don't need that person in your life. I know relationships that have been saved because there was a set of fake friends and they threw them out. There was hello, just in time. Okay? The contention, the fighting will stop. It will stop. When you get troublesome people out of your life, out of your relationship, out of your church, out of your work. I know a company, strife and reproach shall cease. I know people, they have they had this office, and the HR team was focused on one main goal. Any person, they didn't care about their skills. Anyone that gave a problem, they fired them. Anyone that gave like a sort of, any type of clash with any members of the staff, they just fired them. And it's a successful company, multi-million-pound company. They were looking at anybody that had a problem with anybody, and they would just fire them. It worked. I was shocked. I was like this. I don't have many problems with people. So I was okay, but that's... Yeah, other people were. I remember they fired this guy after 3 days because he said one thing to someone. He was mocking him about something. I was like, wow. So, you don't need them. Now, I remember a guy, and he had 2 female friends. And he married this woman. And she said to him, after a while, you have to get rid of those 2 female friends. And some people think that's controlling. It's very controlling. But they were causing problems in the marriage. Now, at this point, you have to choose. I know a person who had to choose between his parents and his wife.
Yeah.
You heard of that?
Yes, there are so many also in the Philippines like this.
Oh, so it's not special for Mario then? Special for Mario, okay. It's not unique, okay.
Third party.
Third party, you get busybody. Maybe you have the village, in the Philippines, maybe you have the village life that we have here. Gossip.
Yes,
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the same then. Here, when people retire, they've got no problems, and all they do is gossip.
yes.
Gossip, gossip, gossip. Look over the fence.
Calling to the telephone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes all around the village.
They have group chat.
Group chats. Oh yeah, village group chats, gossip chats.
Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, gossip chat, exactly. Do you see the village gossip chat?
Yeah, you know what Raya did? You know, so, hi, hello, little Christian. We still got a bit of room. Come in, you're right. Okay. So, how do you tell the diamonds from the fake? The wisdom that is from above, the first thing that happens is it's pure. I'm giving you advice, okay? Is that advice pure? Well, anything from the Bible's pure. You can trust that. Is that advice coming from a biblical view? Is it coming from a God view? If someone says to me, what do I do? I say to her, obey your husband. Well, listen to your husband. But I don't like that. I'm an independent woman. You know? The woman had to choose. The guy that I told you about, The wife said to him, your mother is causing too many problems in our marriage. She can't come round anymore. Imagine saying that to a guy, his mother. The guy, because you're one, you become one. Okay, when you get married, you become one. He said he stopped his mother from coming round. His mother repented, became a good person. Ish. A little bit easier to talk. And that's what happened. It works. It works. You follow the Bible and it works. I've had people come to me and say to me, what do I do in this situation? The Bible says this. Well, look, follow the Bible or don't. The Bible works. You can't beat it. Anyway, so the advice is first pure. Is your friend giving you pure advice? Now you know if he's a diamond or not. Then peaceable. Is it peaceful advice? Is this advice that I'm getting going to bring peace to my life? Are they trying to bring peace to my life? Is it gentle? Or are you telling me to go into conflict? Is it easy to be intrigued? Now this is very difficult for Mario. Are you easy to talk to? Are you easy to talk to? Do you listen? It's not easy. This is difficult, okay? Sometimes people are very difficult to talk to. You have to approach the right way, okay? Full of mercy and good fruits. If someone says to you, cheat on your husband, it'll be great. That's not good fruits, is it? The person giving you this advice, yeah, they're not quite. Is it without partiality and without hypocrisy? And the fruit of the righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Without partiality. If it's your daughter or your son and they're in the wrong and the other person has come to you, but it's your son or your daughter, are you going to be partial? Are you going to take the side of your family because they're your family? Or are you going to take the side of God? Very difficult. Very difficult. A real Christian would do that. A real Christian would turn his son over to the police because his son committed a crime. How do you think they caught that guy in America that assassinated Charlie Kirk? The father handed him in. He said, it was my son that done it, come and get him. He was without partiality. Whatever's wrong is wrong if my son does it, my wife does it, my mum does it. It's wrong. Okay? Very difficult to do. Now, but sown in peace. How do you deliver your advice? That's not sown in peace, is it? I'm giving you this advice in a way to make peace with you. Okay? Now you're a diamond person. Because you're impartial, you're peaceable, you're without hypocrisy, you don't do it yourself. You don't make this mistake yourself. If I'm shouting at someone for adultery, but I'm committing adultery, that's hypocritical, isn't it? Now, where was we? He that worketh deceit shall not dwell within my house. My work, my church, my. Technically, this isn't my church, it belongs to Jesus, but I'm just saying. Say it's your church in the Philippines, whatever. He that telleth lies shall not tarry, wait in my sight. Get them out. There's women that have divorced their husbands just for continually lying to them. I understand it. I understand it. If you're lying to me all the time, I don't want you in my house. I don't want to live with you. If you're a worker and you keep lying to me, I don't want you working for me. I don't. Now, we all bend to the truth. We're all malleable with the truth. I was late. Why? You know, oh, I was held up by a gang of determined terrorists.
Sometimes you cannot avoid, especially in work, white lies.
White lies. Okay, we'll put it that way.
We sometimes say that, I'm sorry, I'm late, but the reason is,
All right. So you get the lie, you put some cream on, cherries.
white lies, not
Okay. But what do you do then? I mean, your children are going to lie to you. There's no choice. It's going to happen. Who broke that? Was it you? No. I got beaten when I was a kid because my sister was covered in paint. And she said, who opened the paint? She said, Mario. My mother doesn't have time, so she just grabs me, bosh, 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 bosh. I said, Mum, who's got the paint on them? She turned around, looked at my sister, grabbed her, bosh, 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 and then went back to work. It is what it is, okay? But notice, if someone's like that with you, it's best not to live with a person like that. They're going to get you in trouble. Now, who's seen these? The world's most remote places to live. Do you want to live here? Who wants to live here? Yes. You as well.
No.
Good. Good.
Oh my God.
That's right. Just going to go and get some milk.
But it has a good view,
The takeaway guy. Yeah, why don't you deliver?
Everything was there. I want to stay.
Ah. But would you want to live? Maybe a weekend, maybe a week.
But it has a nice view.
I suppose you could look at it like that.
Yeah.
If you don't mind the stairs.
But if you're afraid with heights, no, you cannot stay there. You cannot,
scary.
It's not a big room, look. You don't have electricity or toilets or stuff like this. It's, out the window. Everything goes out the window. But that's the point. Anyway. Right. The point I was trying to make. All that to say this. Have you seen these monasteries? Very hard to get to. Okay? You can climb up there. You can be alone with God. And stuff like, yes, well done. What have you actually done? You've wasted your life. All these things are a waste of life. You took yourself and you ran away from the world. How can you reach people like this? How did the devil convince people to go to a place and live by themselves, not speak to anyone, and take a vow of silence? He convinced humans to go there, can't have any children, can't meet people, can't get married, can't do anything. Just sit there till you die. But I'll go this, and it's very holy. I want to ask you guys, where in the Bible did anyone go and live in a monastery?
No, I think no. I didn't.
No one. Not once. Not once in the whole Bible did anybody go and run away from the world. Okay? Let me show you. This is wrong. This is wrong. You've wasted your life. You took the talent given to you by God and you lived there. And what have you done? You achieved nothing. You went to the toilet and threw it out the window for 30, 40 years. Yeah.
There is no room on the toilet.
There's no room for the toilet even. Okay? Not even social media. And this is what the point of that thing that I told you was. Well, sorry, what did you say? The point of this was, you remember Jesus is talking about the talents and the unprofitable servant. That's what it's about. I was afraid and went and hid thy talent in the earth. But that's what they did. They hid their talent, right? God gave them talents, and that's what they did. Lo, there hast thou that's thine. Notice, thy talent. It was God that gave you the talent. You're a singer, you're a speaker, you've got a big mouth like me, maybe. Okay? He gave you a gift. What happened with a website? Straight away they volunteered. Mark Connery, but we'll do it. Why? They had a talent. Fix the speakers. He got up, come round here, he fixed it today. My brother there, what did he do? Look at all this electrical work he did. Fixed the projector, fixed everything. I never even asked him to do it. It is the talent God gave me, man, he said. I use it for the church. Someone cooked, someone cleaned, someone set up these chairs. I don't know who does it every day, every Sunday. But one of the girls comes in and they set up the church. You didn't waste your talent. His Lord answered, said to him, you wicked and slothful, lazy servant. You knew that I reap where I sow not, and gather where I have not straw. Cast you, the unprofitable servant, into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. This monk, but God, I took my talent and buried it in the earth. You know, here you go. I spent my life in silence. Did God tell you to be silent ever in the Bible? Let me tell you what God actually said. Wait a minute. There. So, bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. This is what God wants. He wants me to go and hide in a monastery for 10 years. And I'm reading the scriptures. But you've done nothing. 30 years from now, you're going to say, your mouth's full of gravel. What have I done? What did I do? Okay? You cheat someone. You trick someone. And you make some money. Your mouth's filled with gravel afterwards. I remember I was working in sales and this poor man in Nigeria, or I can't remember where it was, South Africa. And he said to me, I have 30 on me. Shall I give it to you and you can make me all this money? And I couldn't do it. I said, go and pay your bill. I said to him, don't worry about this. You have to be heartless in sales, but I couldn't do it. It wasn't in me. Okay, because even if I'd have closed that deal afterwards, I would have been crying. God forgive me for what I did. Now Jeremiah wants to do this. He wants to run away. I want to run away. I've had enough of people. Okay? Is that what God wanted him to do? No. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I may leave my people and go from them, for they be all adulterers, an assembly of treacherous men. They bend their tongues like their bow for lies. They're not valiant for the truth. How true this is many times in the world. How many people are not valiant for the truth? They don't care what the truth is. They just want to live in their own utopia. They proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord. Now Jeremiah is a diamond. He is a diamond. But a diamond doesn't hide away somewhere. It's out in the world where you can see it. And you're supposed to speak out. I'll show you. They will deceive everyone, his neighbor, will not speak the truth. They've taught their tongue to speak lies. The Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons, the Greater Graces, they have special places where they teach their pastors how to control people, how to manipulate people. They weary themselves to commit iniquity. Means that they try really hard to commit iniquity. They'll visit all your friends. They'll cut you off from your wife, your husband, your kids. They'll weary themselves. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, I will melt them and try them. For how shall I do for the daughter of my people? When you have metal and it's all wrong, sometimes you have to start again, melt it and start again when you want to create something. Okay? Shall I not visit them for these things? Do you think that they're not going to get punished? Do they think they're not going to get punished by God? Shall not my soul be avenged on a nation such as this? Who is the wise man, the actual diamond, that understands this? Who is he to whom the mouth of the Lord has spoken, that he may declare it? You're not supposed to hide in a cliff. You're supposed to declare the word of God. You're supposed to tell people about what wonderful things God has done for you. Okay? That's the test if you're a real diamond. Running away, anyone could do that. Okay? For what the land perisheth and is burned up like a wilderness that none passeth through. Now, who's heard of paintball? Who's been paintball? Yeah. They took me paintball last week, and we had to catch the flag. We had to capture this flag. And I ran and I ran, and I was right next to the flag. It was 5 feet in front of me. I was very clever. I moved just the right way, but I ducked. I was too scared to grab the flag. The glory of winning for my team was in my grasp, and I didn't do it. I hid because I heard all the things. All I had to do was grab it and run, but I hid. And when I went to go, I got hit. You waited too long. You wasn't brave. You didn't seize the moment. And you will always regret that. You always regret the chances you didn't take. The time when you should have spoken, you didn't. You regret it. You go home and think, I wish I said this. I wish I said that. Okay? Don't be like that. The Lord said, because they've forsaken my law, which I set before them, have not obeyed my voice, neither walked therein, but have walked after their imagination. They make up this doctrine of their own heart, and after Baalim, which their fathers taught them. It doesn't matter if your parents follow a certain religion. Someone said to me once, we should worship the old Greek gods because it's tradition. I was looking, I guess, it was also tradition to sacrifice people in, where was it? One of your places? Yeah. There's sacrifice, actually there's sacrifice everywhere. In Jordan, or actually all the places around Israel, it was, even Israel did it. It was just, should we do it because it was old tradition? I've never heard such rubbish. Forget the tradition. Do what's right. Now we command you, brethren, withdraw yourselves from every brother that walks disorderly, and not after the tradition which you received from us. If you see someone who's gone a bit wacky, if I sit here and start speaking in tongues or something like that, withdraw yourself. Mario, there's something wrong with you. And we've noticed it and we're not interested. Oops, 1 minute. I need to power the laptop. I know I forgot something. Quick before the battery goes. We're back. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so withdraw yourself. Now, if your friends start taking drugs, withdraw yourself. I don't want to be involved in the police raid and go to prison for 20 years because you guys have decided to be a bit wacko. If your wife betrays you, withdraw yourself. I'm not going to be with this. I'm not going to do what Samson did, okay, and be betrayed and betrayed until I'm killed. You get 1 chance, 2 chances maybe. After that is your fault. Okay? Someone cheats you out of money. Withdraw yourself. You got away with it. Many times in my life, someone's cheated me once. And I said to them, keep the money, but I never want to see you again. They lost, not me. There was a guy that tried to cheat me out of money and ended up owing 1.5 million to a gangster. You think God didn't punish him? Yeah. Another person cheated me out of €3 only. €3 he cheated me out of. He lost his whole business. Shut down. God punishes. I've seen him destroy my enemies in front of me, showing that he's with me. He can do this for you, do it for anyone. Okay? But I'm going to withdraw myself from those people and let God take it. If you stay with someone who betrays you, cheats you, lies to you, then it's your fault if something happens. I want to be soft. I want to tell you good things, but now, whoops. You yourselves, for you know how you ought to follow us. You've read the Bible, how the apostles were. None of the apostles went up into a monastery, did they? And hid and took a vow of silence. None of the apostles did that, right? You know how you ought to follow us because you just read the Bible. We behaved not ourselves disorderly among you. Neither did we eat any man's bread for nothing. We paid our way, but wrought a labour and travail, trouble, suffering, night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you. For you people outside of this church, is your pastor taking money from you? I'm not talking about me. I take chocolates. Someone bought me chocolates. I was very happy. And I took them and I ate them and I was even more happy. I'm saying, is there a pastor who's come to Cyprus who wants your money? That Pastor Marcelo, fake Pastor Marcelo, who says all Filipino girls must give him 10% of their wages? Disgusting, disgusting animal.
It's not right.
It's not right, man. You lazy, and he's supposed to be a man. You take money off of women. Don't call yourself a Christian to me. This is a Christian. Get a job, and you're supposed to give other people money. Okay? That's how it is. I don't get paid for being a pastor, and I never want to be paid for being a pastor.
No, actually, there are some churches that it's not being paid, but they call it love.
Love gifts, okay.
Every month the pastor have love gift because some of the members must give 10% of their tithes and offerings. Like they have a board there and they have the names.
I don't
Does
do
it
that.
mention in Cristo, right?
I don't do
I'm
that.
against this.
Yeah.
Behold, I'm against you.
No, because
Why are you putting up what people have given on the board?
There is no written in the Bible such.
No. Such things are not from God.
this one, and my son sometimes when I gave her monthly allowance, right? Because he was staying with his father and his grandmas, they used to give 10% of their tithes and offerings.
The grandmother had to give money.
No, their tithes and offerings at the church. So my son, they want to do that also. That your mom is giving you like this. Why don't you give the tithes and offerings? My son don't have work here, right?
It makes me sick.
It's not right.
I want to punch that pastor in the face. Listen, there's other pastors, okay, that genuinely have a huge congregation, and they give up their jobs because they look after that congregation. But for me, it's still not biblical. For example, Pastor Mark, greatest pastor. He used to get love gifts, but there was a reason. He was running the church, doing the sermons, doing the music. He had a special child. He had, now this guy, please give that guy money. Okay? But I'm talking about a normal guy, a young guy, a person that can work, who's not working and living off the church. That Andrew guy, not Smiley, another one. Yeah, that fake Andrew guy. He was getting women to go out at night and sing so that he could get money off of them. What a disgusting person. These people know they're not Christians. I'm sorry, they're not Christians. If a pastor drives from one place to another and they give him a love gift, that pays for his petrol and his food. And maybe he stays that night somewhere. That's okay. I'm not saying don't give anything to pastors. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if someone's got a private plane, don't give them anything. Or a boat, or a big Mercedes. If they've got money, they don't need your money. Now, where was I? Right. If any would not work, neither should he eat. Not because we've no power to make ourselves. We have the power to say to people, give us money, and they will. But not because we don't have that power, but we make ourselves an ensample. A difference between an example and ensample A sample is exactly what you should be like. It's more specific. Unto you to follow us. Be exactly like we are. When we were with you, we commanded you. If any would not work, neither should he eat. What's he telling the men? Get a job. Don't ask for money from women. Okay? This is wrong. Okay? It's not something I would do. It's not something I go. Now, when I preached at other churches, before I was pastor here, sometimes I would guest speak at other churches. And the girls there bought me food. And I'm not going to say, take your food back and throw it at them. I ate the food and stuff like that. But I'm saying, it's not the type of example I'm saying. Work so that you can give money to other people is what they did in the Bible. Okay? That was it. Okay. This is 100% very, very accurate. An unjust man is an abomination to the just. If somebody isn't offended, if you're not offended by a pervert priest or a greedy priest, if you're not offended by that, you should immediately be angry. It should be an abomination to you. I cannot stand this guy. He's an abomination. This isn't natural. It's healthy. This is how it is. He's an unjust man. He's an abomination to just people like you. And he that is upright in the way is an abomination to the wicked. Wicked people hate good people. It's 100% true. Do you know how many people hate me? It's a big long list. And I'm adding to it every day because I tell the truth. And I like it because that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay? But what I do, he says, Paul says, what I do, that will I do, that I may cut off occasion from them. I'm not going to give people a chance to do evil or a chance to preach bad things, which desire occasion. They want an opportunity to cause trouble in your life. Cut it off. No, I don't want to speak to you. Can we meet? No. Can we go for coffee? No. I do want nothing to do with you ever again in my life. That wherein they glory, they may be found even as we. Okay? They desire occasion. They want a chance to cause trouble for you. Maybe they're video recording. Maybe they do a trap, a bad trap for you. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Christ. God hasn't chosen them. They have said to themselves, I'm going to be a pastor. And they go to this special school, which there should be no schools because the Bible is your school. And it says you don't need a schoolmaster anymore. You go to this place where they teach you how to do this, teach you how to do that, and it's a waste of time. Teach you their version of doctrine. If someone says Bible school or Bible college, that place is a farm for a cult. It's just brainwashing you into their doctrine. So, what does he say about this? It says, no marvel, don't be surprised. For Satan himself is transformed. He transforms himself, like into an angel of light. Okay? He turns himself into something that looks beautiful to people. I saw a vision of an angel that told me to do this. What type of angel? He was a beautiful angel. Be careful. They're the most dangerous type of angels, okay? Therefore, it's no great thing if his ministers. You mean there are ministers that belong to Satan? Well, that's what the Bible says. It's no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. You go to hell, you evil ministers. The day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done to thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Now, Obadiah, not many people know that part of the Bible. It's just one chapter. He's the most minor of minor prophets. Okay, no one ever reads it out. But in the Bible, you'll see there's one chapter for Obadiah. It's just one page. He's got one page of the Bible. But what he's saying is right, 100% right. Okay? The things that these people have done to you will return on their own head. Now, what is he saying? This is Jesus, his words. We're coming to the end now. I know I've gone on very long. Other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. There are other sheep outside of Jerusalem, outside of Israel. Okay? I'm getting them and bringing them in. Us, basically. Okay? Them also I must bring. God told me to bring everyone to this party, to the wedding. Okay? They shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold, one type of people, and one shepherd, Jesus. One fold, Christians. One shepherd, Jesus. There's not two different types of people. I don't want to hear the Jews are God's chosen people anymore. It's not what the Bible says. If you're going to be that, go and join some Jewish synagogue and do it that way. Our Bible says one fold, one people. Okay? And he says they will get to heaven before you do. They will hear my voice. This is a rebuke. He's talking to, I should have put the rest, but I was pressed for time. He's talking to the scribes and Pharisees that are saying, if you're the Messiah, just tell us. He says, I have told you and you didn't believe me. Okay? And there was division, therefore, again amongst the Jews for these sayings. Now, this is a good thing. This is a good thing. Because, remember, half were on his side and half weren't. Exactly like it's happened today. Many of them said, he has a devil and he's mad. Talking about our Jesus. Why do you listen to him? Others said, these are not the words of someone who has a devil. Can a devil open the eyes of the blind? The test, the diamond test. Jesus was healing the sick. How can the devil do that? We have it here. These people woke up. These people were still asleep. If someone's healed a blind person in front of you, is he a good guy or a bad guy? He has to be a good guy. The devil doesn't want to heal people. He wants them to sit in silence in monasteries. Okay, so that's at the end now. I just wanted to say one word before I do it. 1 minute. Some other words. Yeah. No, that's my blind. Okay. A lot of people are going to... This is how you test them when they want to test you. Someone says something bad about one of you. Say to them, like Jesus did, what have I done wrong? And when they can't speak, everyone will see. Now, for those watching, let's pray. Dear God in heaven, give us the courage to use our talents, Lord, to save other people and change their lives. Lord, I pray for Pastor Mark and his family. I pray for the Nigerians, Lord, and the suffering that they're going through. I pray for the Philippines, Lord, with the weather that they have. I know they have storms and things, Lord. Please send your angels to protect them all. Lord, for those of us that have lost people, I pray that the families find comfort and you bring more life into their lives, Lord. I ask this in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. For those joining us, have a blessed week and contact us. Send us your questions or comment on this video. God bless. See you next week.